guys, Isabella here, and welcome back to the channel. So first of all, you guys, I have to acknowledge the fact that we have gorgeous flowers that I picked out for myself and made a bouquet in the room. They're lovely. And then also my little floral dress. We have a spring theme right now, which is so exciting. And also, speaking of new and exciting, you're clicking on this video because you want to know what's going on. Finally, we are going to be witnessing the Britney Dawn versus Texas trial, which, oh wow, it is a lot. So I know trials are very, very long. I know everything is just a lot at this point. I honestly was thinking, you know what? One, this is the first time court case that I'm able to cover, which is insane, that is covering an alleged scammer, which is a really big deal in my opinion. But then additionally, it's also something that I can use the opportunity to where I can make it to where it's easy to understand and accessible for everyone. Because let's be real here, y'all have lives, you guys have jobs, you have things to take care of, and you want to hear about it, but you don't want to sit through several hours of a court case. You maybe would rather sit through 20 to 30 minutes and actually understand what the hell's going on. So that's what we were doing today. We are going to be going over the court case, and I would just like to say, definitely make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell and click on all notifications, because I am going to be trying to cover this case as much as possible. So there's probably going to be a decent amount of videos and coverage on this. Before I hop into today's video, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and click the bell button down below. Without further ado, let's get into it. Before we get into this hearing, let's actually talk about today's sponsor. I'm all about bringing awareness to many different topics, and that also includes sexual wellness, because yes, that is extremely important. If you don't know, I love giving recommendations so that everyone has a good and extremely fun sex life. And with that, we're going to be talking about today's sponsor, Bellesa. So Bellesa is a woman-owned company that has all things sexual wellness, toys, erotica, sex ed, you name it, they've got it. And I am obsessed with this company. I've literally loved this company for years. I've watched them do giveaways and just be so generous with their education, their gifts, and so much more to everyone else. And now they're partnering up with me to do a giveaway with you guys. So yes, everyone who is clicking on the link in the description below or the pinned comment, you get a free gift card or a toy. But if you need to figure out where to start when it comes to getting a toy though, I would love to talk about one of my favorite ones. So I am a proud owner of 3 Bellesa toys, but I would like to talk about this one specifically. The Pebble is so freaking cool because one, it's designed to fit in your hand. It is a suction and vibration toy. And the best thing about this toy is there are no annoying pattern modes. So we're not doing Morse code down there anymore, babe. Absolutely not. So Bellesa is there, whether you need to unwind from a trial that we'll be talking about here soon, whether you need to just add a little bit more spice, or you want to just kind of explore yourself. Go in the description below or the pinned comment and start and see what you get in today's giveaway. And as I would like to call myself, a self-proclaimed toy connoisseur, get it, okay? Thank you so much to Bellesa for sponsoring today's video. And now without further ado, let's get into it. Right now, let's kind of go through some of the basics and background information. So Britney Dawn, we've covered her many times on my channel. Back in the day, she was known as a fitness content creator. And with that, she ventured off into the world of showing off workouts, meal plans, etc. And that honestly was really fascinating for a lot of viewers. And with that though, allegedly, Britney was someone that marketed herself off as also a ED survivor as well. I don't have a lot of knowledge on that, but that has got to be such a traumatizing and difficult thing to get through. Again, I don't know a lot of information, but that is what allegedly she was talking about when it comes to her health and wellness experience. So with that, she actually wanted to offer these workout and fitness plans. So I'm going to scroll through the website because this website is still here. So the website is going on showing these are the costs and the plans that were offered to people. They talked about having all customization, having check-ins, having personalized plans. Just it was supposed to be a personalized plan according to each person, which, okay, that sounds good. But however, 2 big red flags here. One, I think it's expensive as hell. 2, she had literally no certifications. That's something that we know. There's no certifications that she has to where she can give you recommendations for your body. Now, as someone currently, myself, I am going through the researching process of understanding gaining weight, working out my muscles, heavy weightlifting, which I'm very excited about because I love being a strong girl, but weightlifting, learning how to eat enough calories and protein and things like that to make sure I'm doing good, while also make sure I'm not restricting myself. It's a lot of effort, and depending on different people, that's going to be a lot of effort according to medical conditions, etc. I'm someone with PCOS. I'm also someone that has other things that pop up as well that I need to focus on. So I have to have a lot of customization on my end to make sure I am able to have the healthiest meal plan that I can have possible. Many different people have different conditions all across the board. And with that, a lot of people were very drawn to Britney Dawn and this entire situation because, yeah, who doesn't want to be in the healthiest version of themselves? Now, the problem with this is there was a lot of issues that popped up that was going on and on about how, oh, wait a minute, I actually didn't get check-ins. What's up with that? Wow, I spent a lot of money and this actually isn't worth it. And then naturally, people will start to talk, and then they start finding out that allegedly most of these plans literally had the same thing in there. There was so much similarity. It was almost like a copy and paste per client, and it ended up to being, there was Facebook groups even that would be made talking about these issues. And with that being said, I was quite blown away because honestly, in my opinion, seeing all these issues, bad reviews, Britney could have easily gone out of her way to be like, we are going to go through everything, refund, make some changes, and do whatever that, they could to fix the problem at hand. And in my opinion, that was not happening at all, which I'm very disappointed, but not surprised in, to say the least. And now with that, we are here today. So in 2022 was when the actual official lawsuit was filed by the state of Texas against Britney. And now we're finally getting into the bulk of it all. So we did actually cover a big start to the trial. Now we actually are at a hearing, which is what we are going to be talking about today, kind of giving a little bit of a breakdown of what the goals are, if there's certain things that we need to cover, etc., and what to kind of expect for this trial. So apparently the trial is supposed to be starting on the 6th. However, there's some new information popping up, so I don't know what we'll get to on the 6th. You'll understand in a second. All right, so we have Girl Boss Texas over here, and then we have the defendant Britney, okay? And this is what's going on right now. Britney is not in this virtual Zoom call, right? Okay, so we have the Texas attorney, and then we have Britney's attorney, and then we have the judge. So what the hearing is saying at first, I'm going to read off a lot of notes, so that's also why I'm looking over here. Fees that they're looking for. Yikes. So this kind of lawsuit, I would like to add, if you're getting sued by a state, I don't really see a light at the end of the tunnel. That's all I'm going to say. You girl bossed a little too close to the scam, and now you're royally fucked. Anyways, it says that the state of Texas is looking for around $250,000 to $1 million in penalties and court fees. So it's going to make a lot of sense why they're asking this much, considering the work that this Texas side had to put in to handle all of this hot mess. So Texas side wanted to kick it off and talk about their personal experiences. So we actually went back, and in the original hearing, we heard that the Texas side was like, hey, Britney, why the fuck have you not turned in more information?
What's this? Huh?
They had a thing called a discovery where they're like, hey, start sending the evidence and data over. Bring it over, babe. We want to see something. And with that, in my opinion, Britney wanted to drag her ass. And again, this is my petty with a purpose opinion, exploit foster children and other people instead of putting in actual work and effort into bringing and compiling evidence. So there was a lot of evidence missing. So Britney's side was like, hey, we really need more time to get evidence in. Like, we don't have enough time. Can we get 45 more days? And the judge was like, babe, you get the end of the month, okay? So they had the end of the month to compile all the evidence and data, and it was a lot. A lot was missing. And here is my thought. If I'm getting sued, wouldn't I want to be, I don't know, losing my shit getting all of my data together so that way I can show it in to prove that I'm innocent? Apparently that's not what we do over here. Britney apparently has zero fear and is living in Delulu land because this is what we're dealing with right now. She has allegedly failed to provide coaching and didn't provide individualized macro assessments or any coaching. The continuing on, the Texas side discusses how there's violations of deceptive trade practices, and that's pretty much what they're going after, which good. So the Texas side has also said that Britney has denied all allegations. Okay. Texas also said how Britney has failed to timely respond, and she has brought evasive and incomplete responses. So they ordered Britney and her lawyers to complete responses and get the information to them as quickly as possible, which that makes sense. So here's where this gets real interesting. On the deadline that this was supposed to be done, that Britney and her team were supposed to get all of this information over, oh my God, I can't even imagine being on the side of Texas. Like, I hope they get paid well. Dealing with this oh my God. So September 30th of 2022, they provided a document email about missing information, and it included a spreadsheet about clients. So side of Texas was saying all that they want is all the consumers to be identified and all the costs they incurred by purchasing from Britney, and also the dates as well. And then additional proof if they actually had or received what they got, meaning each client wasn't scammed. That's pretty much what they're looking for. Britney's side gave 52,740 documents. By the way, that was not organized, okay? So the Texas side was like, are you kidding me? Can't even imagine the interns and everyone who had to be on board going through 52,000 pieces of data. And so with that, the documents, there was no organization and it was a very time-intensive review. So September 30th was when this was given. We all know holidays come up. We know that takes a lot of time to go through the documents. And we also know that these other people have lives and other parts of their job that they have to be a part of. So I am sure they had to probably put in a lot of extra time and overtime, hence why they're probably wanting a ton of money to pay everyone the hours and extra time that they had to work, and then the damn stress it took to even get through that type of documentation. Now, this is the kind of big summary that the Texas side wanted to give and talk about. So it says, failure of Brittany and her team. They listed it off, so thank you, Texas side. This is helpful. The first thing that she failed at was responding with proper identification of consumers. The information that they have right now is in several areas of their discovery response. So what I'm assuming what that mean is the first response, which was back before September, then after September. So it's a bunch of data and it looks like separate emails and documents all over the place that lack organization and lack any sort of help to make this easier on anyone, which again, in my opinion, Brittany is lazy as fuck for that. Why in the hell would you send over thousands and be like, oops, there you go, not my problem. And if anything, and if you have nothing to hide, why would you not make it so obviously clear and organized of, look, I'm innocent. There you go. Hope that's easy for you to see that you up. Clearly not. It sounds like she wants to make it, in my opinion, as difficult as possible for the Texas side. This is where we get into the numbers that are mind-boggling. So it says less than 2,100 people were clients. 1,638 consumers have been identified. So there is an inconsistency in the data provided by Brittany's side. So not only is the data all over the place, and there's so many different documents and things, but the data is genuinely inconsistent. Then continuing on, Texas said that they were concerned they didn't get all of the information. So they went through the documents. By the way, they physically went through the documents. All 52,000. Yeah, all of that. I can't imagine. And so Texas side was girl bossing over there. And they were like, wait a damn minute. She is so inconsistent. I know damn well there's missing data. And so what did the Texas side do? They were like, we're going to go through everything physically and match everything up to see if we find some inconsistencies. And guess what? Texas was right. So it looks like they actually found 575 additional people that weren't properly identified. So it looks like 35% increase of consumers Brittany failed to identify in general. Brittany, are we doing? Then the second thing, amount paid by each consumer. So again, they want to know how much should every person pay for this stuff. Again, that makes logical sense. You would think that after getting the insane backlash many, many years ago, that you would, I don't know, start documenting it just in case something bad happened. No, apparently not. Or apparently she did, but doesn't want to show it, allegedly. It says the sum provided by Brittany for 1,638 consumers was around 169,000. However, the PayPal records for Brittany shows instead $1.56 million. Verified responses under oath made by Brittany, by the way, and missing documents for 90% of clients. 90% of your clients, babe. Third, failed documents showing the personalization per consumer. Only produced personalized stuff for 103 clients. So out of the how many thousands of clients that do exist and have come forward, there's only proof or any documentation showing personalization. So my guesstimate and theory on this is she is showing any documentation that shows she did customize certain things and is somehow magically forgetting the rest of it. And then 4, looking through 50,000 coaching information, check-ins, etc. Very hard to do. And the amount of data that's just lacking with everything is like, there's not a lot of substantial data, essentially, is what I'm saying. So now Brittany's side has the opportunity to respond. So Brittany's lawyer is going on and saying how she has produced literally everything in their control. They've gone through all of the data. They've given it all. I'm sorry, I call bullshit. I don't think you provided everything. It's hilarious to me how she has enough time to block me, for example, and complain on the internet about people dragging her for saying that she's a fucking scammer, in my opinion, but she doesn't have enough time to organize the data. Okay, Britt. Then they say 2019, allegedly Brittany actually filed to the state saying documents were lost due to the change of the website server. So right now what they're going on with, and this is so perfect how this has just completely disappeared, is they have it to where they say Brittany was locked out of her PayPal so they can't get access to anything, which legal professionals, comment down below. Can't they subpoena PayPal and say, hey, give us all this data? That's just kind of what I was thinking. Because if anything, that would at least show some form of documentation on this. But this is something else that might be a little bit confusing for some people. So you can have servers that are hosting your website. So for example, like GoDaddy, Wix, Squarespace, those kinds of things, right? And so with that, they can have it to where there's email hosting. So you can have your own website built right there and then email hosting. So you have your custom email, you can get business emails, and it's separate from your personal, which is really great. However, if you transfer over servers or you have it to where there's a different host that is holding that website, that means the old data and everything will go away. So that could very well happen, is knowledge that people have when you really run a website. So I wonder if that could have been real and there was data lost, or the knowledge that transferring the server would lose the data was in her noggin. Therefore, they did it as an excuse. Now, again, that's just my theory, but that's apparently what I'm thinking is happening. So that's what Brittany's side is saying. They're like, hey, we don't have a lot of data because, oh my God, the website stuff deleted everything a while ago. And then they're also like, and PayPal somehow kicked her out of everything. So we've given you all of it. And then Brittany's side was like, hey, we've also offered to hand over her laptop, hand over her email and passwords to give you everything. And again, I know that there's some ways of getting back other data, but if you're good at deleting stuff, you can hide things really well. So I don't believe that at all. Like this just sounds like a complete, in my opinion, cop out to be like, we're giving you everything. We're trying our best. No, you're not. And then finishing it off, Brittany's side is saying, we firmly believe that we've given everything and we've cooperated to the best of our ability. In my opinion, if you cooperated to the best of your ability, you would have gotten the in and turned in by the first deadline. You know what I mean? That would have been a little bit more logical. So they're still arguing though on the Texas side that she is not providing good evidence and she is allegedly denying it, not providing anything and just being pretty sneaky and secretive about it. So switching over now, Texas decided to rebuttal. So Texas is saying, hey girl, there's still more screenshots and emails that we have showing that many things are still not produced in the discovery. Meaning, hey, when we're getting stuff allegedly from clients, we have emails and you're not giving me emails, it doesn't look like you're giving everything. You should be giving more stuff. And so now actually I wanted to read off an email because we do have access to one. So some documents are privated and some are getting posted publicly, which is really great. I love that. So this is actually an example of an email from 2019, y'all. It looks like Brittany is sending an email that says, thank you for reaching out to me. I'm sorry about this. I never intended on letting you down and I did just that. I looked into your situation and I did find that you in fact received your program and that we had great email correspondence and communication. I'm a little caught off guard by this specific scenario. And so this was another email that was sent, I think, a different time that was saying, hey, I'm writing because I was and I've been extremely upset with the service I received from you. I purchased a 90-day personalized plan from $260 from you. The plan I received was not personalized at all. I've compared to others. Additionally, I felt the lack of support and contact from you was lacking. The macros also were super low and often wouldn't get an explanation for my concerns. I would often get little or generic replies or no replying at all. I never even received the full amount of training that I paid for. I assumed for $260 for personalized programming, you would have been able to be more responsive and provide better service. I've included screenshots of the PayPal transaction to this email. I look to you as a coach, and since you promoted, you are NASM certified. Overall, just very disappointed with it since $260 is a lot of money, especially for laughable coaching. And so with this email example, I think it's really fascinating because right here, she's saying, I failed you. I did find that you in fact received your program. I never intended on letting you down, and I did just that. So I feel like right there, that's kind of like an additional admittance, which is really gross. It doesn't matter if you give a program there, if you're not providing the rest of the program and additional personalization. Like if you gave a program, great. But if the program is not personalized, and additionally, if you didn't give coaching, help, assistance, etc., you did scam someone. And so it looks like, again, she's very obviously, in my opinion, looking at the evidence and saying, I failed you. I'm so sorry. I'm just so caught off guard by this specific scenario. Brittany, how the you be caught off guard by that? You didn't fucking personalize it. End of story. That's sorry, but like that's just exactly what I'm thinking. But now this is what's happening is Texas is responding more and saying that they want to actually have it to where Brittany can't testify. It sounds really bad, but I want to see her testify. I'm sorry. I want you to look a little nervous up there. It also appears that they want to file for a continuance, so they want to lock this in, they want to get it over with, and they want to get it to where they can have evidence clearly showing right here and get through it, which I'm hoping this is a quick trial. What I will say though is there is new documentation that has been filed, which I will be reading off. This is Texas's motion for continuance and extension of discovery. So this is pretty much them, from what I'm seeing, All right, y'all, so I did have to review some of the documents again because I got a tiny bit confused while I was filming. That's okay, making the corrections now with the voiceover. So apparently Texas is asking for a bit of an extension because they finished reviewing all of the 52,000 documents in January of 2023, and I believe they need a little bit more time so that way they can make sure that they have everything good to go when it comes to former clients, making sure they have their arguments good to go, and overall just making sure that everything is set for this trial. They are saying that not having this extension could severely harm this entire case for Texas, which is a little bit alarming, but they're saying that because of Britney's negligence on her side allegedly to not get proper data in and having it that confusing and difficult, they're saying that that is why they need a little bit more time. I don't know if we'll actually have the kickoff truly happening on the 6th. I know they have to show up on the 6th, but I don't think that this will actually happen if this goes through. So it says the case is currently set for the trial on March 6th. The parties filed a joint motion for continuance on January 27th of 2023. The motion was denied on February 13th for failing to mediate within 45 days of trial. So this renewed request is for a continuance of the trial is due in significant part to the delay in receiving Britney's response to Texas's written discovery. So the case was filed almost over a year ago, but nearly half of that time, over 5 months, was spent speaking to Britney's responses. Texas's case relies significantly on the testimony of consumer witnesses, and several of whom reside outside of the state. So the consumers who purchased Britney's nutrition fitness plans, these consumers are not represented by Texas nor under its supervision or control, but instead they've expressed their willingness to testify at the trial if it's available and allowed. Consumers are not being paid for their time, nor are they parties to the case, but they're wanting to testify, which I think is really big. The biggest thing that I would like to kind of close this with is the fact that there's so much data that's missing. That to me is so mind-boggling how, in my opinion, you would not go out of your way to show everything. And I think maybe her not showing everything or claiming that she is, in my opinion, not having everything is trying to maybe make it to where the blow is not as big, because I think honestly she knows she's screwed, but I think she's trying to do whatever she can to, make it work a little bit. So this is a really fascinating case. I'm very interested to see who will testify. I'm interested to see if Britney will actually testify, because that will be the first time we've seen her in years even speak about this. And I think it'd be very fascinating to analyze how she responds to things. Again, we don't really know if she's going to be allowed to, because I think they're requesting her not to testify. But yeah, that's where we're at right now in this video. It's really interesting. This is a very fascinating case and super ready to cover it all. And I'm definitely ready to see how this will happen. So hopefully we will have a good outcome. And that was it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to go click down in the description below and also the pinned comment to go and enter in the giveaway with Belessa and I, so that way you guys can go and get a gift card or a free toy, because I want everyone to have some fun, especially after the stressful trial. Yeah, I think you're gonna need it. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel, and I will see my angels in the next video. Bye.